Hey, it's Eric Rokeach. I'm here today with Patricia Polenz, and she has, honestly, we were talking before we recorded, she's seen in just a few months some really interesting results and benefits from being there, and she's got a couple of issues she's been trying to work through, and we're going to dive all into that so you can hear her story and hear what she's seen in just a few short months. So, Patricia, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, Eric. Thank you. Amy is amazing. She's a powerhouse. I have celiac disease. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I also have very bad asthma as a part of celiac disease. Both my knees have to be replaced. Both my wrists need to be replaced. And I started working with Amy, I think about 3.5, maybe 4 months ago. When I first started going to her, it would take me about a minute to sit down onto the mat, and whenever I had to get up, and you have to get up in a couple different transitions in Pilates, it would take me another minute to get up. Now I sit right down and I can get right up. My whole core is so much stronger. I have a very difficult time going up and down the steps. And now I can, I wouldn't say run up the steps or run down the steps, but now I can go down the steps and go up the steps like a normal person.
So I'm guessing, right, not just that's not just the only things you've seen. It's probably made you feel better too, knowing that you can do this, knowing that you can move and do these things. That's probably made you feel pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely feel now I've learned how to keep my wings down, my arms down, my posture's much better. I'm much more conscious of using my core when I walk, and I can feel the pressure is not so much on my knees anymore because now the rest of my body is carrying me, where I didn't feel those muscles before. So working with Amy and working in Pilates, she's really good at pinpointing where your weaknesses are. So she could tell like my inner thigh muscles were gone. And so we started working on that, and she would give me some extra things. And when she would have a chance, I would take some classes where there were only 1 or 2 people in it, and she would really give me stuff to work on that. And that's been very, very helpful.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing to hear. Again, we're talking just a few short months, right? So I'm guessing, and correct me if I'm wrong, your outlook on things, like your positivity, has that changed because now you're able to do these different things that you didn't think you were able to do?
Absolutely. So now I'm not afraid to go out to a concert where I know I'm going to stand for 2 hours, because before I couldn't do that. I can't go to a concert where I can stand. So now I don't have that hesitation. I actually went out dancing for the first time in years, about a week ago. So that was a lot of fun.
So it's given some of your youth back.
Yeah. I definitely have more mobility. It's a big, big difference.
Now, have others seen, I mean, you're moving, so like has family seen this difference, and not just in the physical side, but like how it's helped you personally, possibly emotionally too?
Yeah, it was interesting. I travel a lot for work, and I usually travel with a team of people, and they see when I struggle with the stairs. And it was funny, someone had just said to me, they were like, "Oh my God, you just ran up the stairs." And I was like, "Yeah." I go, "Isn't that cool?"
How's that make you feel? Because again, doctors are telling you you've got all these things, right? And all these issues and things. So it's like this horrible, depressing stuff. But how's it make you feel being like, you know what? Haha, I'm showing you guys a little bit.
Yeah, well, the doctors had said for me not to do Pilates, and I didn't listen to them. And I did it anyway. And I just had my sister I have 2 sisters who have celiac disease, and their doctors told them the same thing. And I said, "Don't believe it, go and do it."
Yeah. So it's not, and so in a way, this has been life-changing for you in just a short period of time.
Yeah, and this is only 3.5, 4 months. So I try to go at least 5 times a week. I even do double classes now. I never thought I'd be able to do double classes, and now I do double classes.
And so you were talking about, too, like you're able to do the double, so strength all the way around. It's the emotional side of things. It's helping you at work. It's helping you at home. What do you see as your future? What do you think you can accomplish now that you maybe had no thought you could even do before?
Yeah, so I used to be a competition bodybuilder. And one of the problems I have is I don't have the strength in my legs anymore to really work my legs. So I'd be able to do a competition. And I think if I could do this for another year, I think I could get enough strength where I can actually start going to work out with weights and work out at the level that I was working out for a competition. And I'm thinking maybe 2020 I can do a competition.
Wow. So let's jump back 6 months. Would that thought have ever even crossed your mind, thinking that you could possibly attempt this now?
No, and it's funny, I have weights and I have my elliptical, and I won't get rid of it because I always say to myself, there has to be a better way. Maybe when I get my knees done, I can do this. And then I came across Pilates and I said, I'm going to try it, and it's worked. It's been amazing.
Now, have you noticed any other benefits or anything across? I mean, we've covered where it's helped you physically, emotionally, some work and all. Was anything else that you wanted to dive into on the results side that you've seen?
Right. So my measurements have changed. I've gotten smaller in measurements. I necessarily haven't lost weight, but I've tightened up, so my measurements have changed, which is really interesting. So I've gone down a size in clothing, but haven't lost weight.
Yeah, body shaping a little bit, getting into, you're building the muscle, you're getting stronger, as you mentioned.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So, seen some incredible results in just a short period of time. Let's shift gears a little bit about the actual training itself, the atmosphere. So explain for people watching, what is it like to train with Amy? What's the atmosphere and the vibe like when you're there?
Yeah. What I love about Amy, she's very professional. It's a smaller environment. You don't feel uncomfortable. I'm 56 years old. I haven't worked out in a very long time. I knew that I'd be very creaky and I couldn't do a lot of things. And you don't feel conscious about the things that you feel conscious about every day in your life when you're there, because almost everyone else is in the same boat as you. I mean, there's some young people that are there, but she doesn't make you feel uncomfortable at all. If anything, she comes over and she guides you and says, okay, don't do it from here, you move from here. And when she makes those adjustments, it makes a huge difference in your body, because now you feel those muscles that you never even knew existed working.
Yeah, and so is there a sense of, and you're feeling this physically, is there a sense of like a community, a caring element? You're not just like a number like you would if you went to some other place.
Yeah, absolutely. She's always talking about different certifications she's getting, the different articles she reads. She'll talk to you about food, nutrition. It's much more involved. I mean, she cares about everyone. She's a friend to you. She's just not an instructor. And she genuinely cares about your health and your nutrition and wants to see everyone be healthy.
Now, you mentioned that she's a friend and that she truly cares. What's interesting to me is there's a lot of places. Right? There's a lot of different Pilates places. There's other gyms, all these things all over the place. Mm-hmm. What was it about this that initially drew you to it?
So, the initial was the Facebook ad I saw, and I said, oh, let me go try. Now, I live in Northport. She's in Midtown. There's plenty of Pilates places 2 minutes from my house. She's a half hour away. From the very first time I went, I got that feeling of, I really like this. This is comfortable. I don't feel conscientious about anything. I felt like she understood that it's going to take a while for me to get going, and just went along with it. And I didn't have any trepidation whatsoever of driving a half hour there and driving a half hour back. And after like the second class, I signed up for an unlimited package, which anybody who knows Pilates is not cheap. But I felt that it was so important for me and what I needed to do with my health. And I thought the way she instructs was a perfect match for what I need, because I really need someone who really knows what they're doing, and she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and obviously, it says a lot. You're going a half hour. There's tons where you are. There's tons of Pilates places, so you're driving a half hour to do that.
Literally 2 minutes down the road is another one.
Yeah.
No, I go to see her.
That says a lot. Now, is there within this too? Is there a sense of like she cares, but is there a sense like maybe in a way it's kind of like a family?
I would say so. I mean, everybody knows everyone. We're all on her Facebook. Now we're starting to know each other's names. There are different times, different people come in. Some people are on set times. But I would say, yeah, I say there's definitely a family feeling there. I mean, Amy herself is an amazing human being. Besides running her business, she's running her family. She's running her house. She does a lot of volunteer work. She's always educating herself so that she's a better instructor to you. And she manages her children's careers. I mean, she's just, I always say she's a little powerhouse. And she really is.
That's great. So we've gone through the physical changes, the emotional, how it's helped you, family, personal work, all this, what it's like training with her, what it's like training there. Is there anything we're missing that you want to add? Do we think we didn't cover?
I would say the only thing that, you have to try it and you have to stick with it. And I really think the big differentiator is Amy. She just brings a lot to the table. Right. In terms, I mean, sometimes she's very regimented and she doesn't let you get away with some stuff, which is great because, then you're learning the correct way to do it. So she's constantly watching, and I mean, she is running a class, so she has to be consistent. But she'll come over and she'll adjust you as you're going, and she'll keep saying, no, or she'll put her hand behind you, she'll put her legs behind you, she'll hold you, just so that you can get the feeling and you can make it happen. Because there's some things that were very, very difficult for me to do, and if it wasn't for her physicality and helping me do it, I would have gone through it the first time.
Wow. Okay. And then the last question I'll leave you with on this is, let's say there's somebody maybe in a really similar situation to where you were, let's say a few months back. They're struggling with a lot of things, and there's tons of options out there, and they're hearing your story and say, you know what, this sounds like it's a good thing, it's a good place, but they're still on the fence. What would you tell that person? Maybe push them off the fence and let them know it's right for them.
Don't even think twice. Just do it. You will not regret it. Do it. There's no reason to not go and take care of yourself and put yourself first. And in this situation, you will not feel conscientious. You will not feel uncomfortable. The only thing you'll feel uncomfortable with is getting used to doing it. But everyone starts out on the same page. Everyone is in the same boat. And you never feel like you're in competition. Like, when you go to a regular gym and sometimes you feel really awkward and you're like, oh my God, I'm so fat and I can't move and I'm old and I'm this. You don't feel like that at all. So don't even think twice. Do it.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, Patricia, really short period of time. What you've seen, how you're feeling, the future possibilities that you have, I think is just really, really incredible. And I want to thank you for coming on, taking the time to share your story. And I want to wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it.
Sure thing. You take care.
All right, you too. Thank you.